Noe, are you open to sharing why you changed your name?
Absolutely. Can
See.
you hear me now?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Perfect. So, again, I have been doing a lot of ancestral reclamation. The name Rose is for my grandmother, and one of the first slave ancestors that I have in the will that I found from one of the masters that left her children some things in his will. Her name was believed to be Rose. We have multiple Lilies and Laylas and Leahs, so I've just been honoring my journey in the matrilineal side of my family. And then the name Noea came to me by spirit. Again, I had a very traumatic experience last year where I was choking on Thanksgiving, and I was going through a lot with my family and receiving a lot of the backlash from them because I only the Christian consciousness
You
was I'm
know,
tapping into
I'm gonna
like
hold
the
on one
earth and
second. Hold on one
astrology and
second,
things like
Noea.
that.
Hold on one second. Every time you start speaking about your family, the internet connection goes bad. So it means there are things that are not
Oh,
resolved yet. Yeah.
good. Yeah. Names are those thing.
Yeah, every time you start saying I get poor connection, so it means you've got either ancestors are stopping you because they don't want you to share too much, or yeah, or it's some resistance going on from not you, but just family members
Yeah.
energy. Yeah. So thank you so much for sharing that though. And
They're trying to keep me safe, that's all.
yeah, yeah, you can hear him good, Brand. That's really interesting. um so I'm glad you shared that because that's what they wanted you to share, the whole name, honoring your name, right? And I'm going to take it a little bit further because you sang with me, was it 2 years ago?
I think a year or 2 years.
On
Yes,
June on
probably
June
both actually.
on Juneteenth, right? Do you remember that?
Yes.
And what's interesting is now I'm going to share this and I'm going to be really brave because some of you know, some of you don't know, but I was conned, right? um, in a really bad way, and the government is actually blaming me for something I did not do, and it defiled my name on the internet, right? My issue with the government is still not resolved. They're still not willing to just drop the case against me, but they fought. Basically, they defiled my name, and it's so interesting that you're coming on this day. Yesterday, I'm in like a coaching group, mastermind group, and as we were doing our self reflection, it came up for me as we were writing. We were doing inspirational writing, and what came up was for me was I became ashamed of my last name because the government has my name defiled. Remember, I got conned, and I am the one getting accused of what the con artist did to me, right? So I'm innocent, but I'm getting blamed for it by the government, right? Because they don't want to listen. So here I am with you now. We sang together on Juneteenth, because that was the day that I got indicted for something I did not do. So yesterday, as I was in my master class, I wrote that down, that my name is defiled on the internet. And as I was sitting there, I was all choked up because my ancestor, right? I grabbed his picture because he's from Germany. Actually, his dad was from Germany, my great great grandpa, right? And I said, you know what? I'm taking my name back, right? I'm taking my name back. I'm honoring my name. I'm honoring my grandpa, Opa from South America. And this right here, as much as you went through your healing, changing your name, I'm saying, you know what? I don't care if you have my name defiled on the internet. That's my last name, and I like my last name. If people want to go online and Google me and see all this derogatory information, that's not my problem. I know who I am. So thank you so much, first of all, to God, the creator, creators of this universe, and to our ancestors for bringing you here, Noah, with your new name and reminding me also for me to keep my head up high and not be ashamed of who I am or my last name, you know. So Noah says he went through the same thing, your old name with your old name as well. And yes, don't be ashamed. Exactly. Exactly. So I'm so grateful that you came in here, that we have that memory together, that we sang together on that day, right? I appreciate that so much. Having said that, I am going to say my name here live. My name is Beverly B. Braumüller. Okay? That is my last name, and I am proud of my last name. And it doesn't matter what derogatory information there is online about me, I know who I am. I know who I am. A woman of integrity, an honest woman, and this too shall pass for me. All right. Having said that, thanks for hanging out. Like I always say, keep your head up no matter what. Walk in the building like a queen, like a king. Look to the left and to the right. People are going through stuff. I just told you what I'm going through. I'm in my fourth year now. Still not allowed to travel. I have to ask permission to leave the United States. Whatever. If I want to go to California, I have to ask permission. But I didn't do anything wrong, but I have to ask permission. All right. That's how messed up this system is, right? But I know who God is, and I know who ancestors are, and you do too. So keep your head up no matter what.
Thank you so much. You probably do have an idea, but if you didn't have an idea, that was exactly what I needed to hear because I have been struggling and I've been doing a great job, but I have been struggling with a lot of the residual, excuse my language, oh, I don't even curse, things
Oh, you can
that
say shit.
came
It
with
doesn't matter.
shit. No, it was some shit. It was. It
Say
was
it.
some real shit. I've been really evolving out of this shit in multiple directions. And I love my name. I genuinely feel like it's my true name, but I've been also walking that journey of not being ashamed of who I was and still am via the journey that I've walked, the choices that I've made up until this point, and also the defamation of my character. Like I haven't been too attached to name because I've been really tussling with this. My full birth name was Nicholas Daniel Cobb, and a lot of my issues with like the entertainment industry where my image was defamed. Surprisingly, I was on my pseudo line in Atlanta, not far from Cobb County. And I was really dealing with a lot of the ancestral like baggage that was attached to the Cobb plantation name and being slave, but also a lot of the harm of being attached to how my name's being defamed.
I hear you.
That feeling the need to prove something to somebody for my worth.
Mm, right.
I don't need to do that anymore, but I've been trying to prove that I'm integral, that I'm still a quote unquote good good person for like me. And hearing you say that, it's like, bro, you don't even have to do all of that. Like, you don't have to do all of that. Like, it's okay. And so I'm just very grateful at how clear what you shared, how it reflects my own journey and exactly what I needed to hear. So thank you.
We're just healing together. That's what we're doing. So you're welcome. I had my moment yesterday where I just thought, wow, yeah, you know, it doesn't matter what they say or what they call me. I know, that I'm not the con artist, you know, at all. So definitely, you're very welcome. I'm grateful that this came up. I had like an inclination last night that this was going to come up somehow. I just didn't know how it was going to come up. But they, ancestors told me you're going to talk about your name.